Alright guys, welcome back into the shop. I miscalculated because yesterday I said it was too cold to be out here, and now it's actually about 15 degrees colder today, but we got to get this done. So what I have here is a pre-cut piece of maple plywood that I picked up from Home Depot. It's pretty good stuff, but this batch that I just recently bought, for some reason, it's got some issues under the outer surface of it. I don't know if it's just a discolored looking wood in there or if it's burning when I cut it. I don't know. It's weird, but we're going to go ahead and give this a shot and see how it turns out. But pretty much we're just going to put this thing in the machine and we're going to run it. We got 3 tool paths to run. We've got our 60-degree bit to run all our little outlines and the holes around the grooves around the circles. We have our 30-degree tool path to run for the arrows and the word start and the word goal. And then the last one we have is our 1/4 inch end mill for our holes where the marbles are going to go. So this is going to be pretty simple, pretty quick. I'm not going to go into detail about, you know, how to center your bit and this and that. We've covered that in, you know, many videos in the past. So we're just going to get to it, and afterwards we'll talk about how we're going to finish this thing up and build the frame for it and all that good stuff. So let's get started. Okay guys, so yeah, we got a little bit of an issue here. For some reason, when I started it off good. It cut these holes in here like it should have, got that one, and then for some reason it skipped that hole, got that one good, and then it like air carved the first pass on all these holes, and then did the second pass, actually got down only halfway. Okay, so first thing we're going to do to troubleshoot this is go back in the house and check our tool path and make sure that everything's good, and we'll see if we can find a solution. Okay, so here we are in VCarve Pro again, and we're going to check and see if there's something wrong with that tool path. Now, keep in mind, I grouped all 3 of these together when I saved them. So that all the 1/4 inch tool paths would run at the same time. I have run into issues in the past when doing that. So what I'm going to do here is, first I want to see if all the tool paths are correct. So we're going to simulate the first one, which is the center pocket. So let's see if that one's good. Okay, that should be good. All right, reset the preview. Simulate the center pocket hole. Wow, look at that. I must have been off my mids yesterday because I totally botched the names of those tool paths, but that doesn't affect it. So oh wait, we need to highlight that. All right, previous selected toolpath. Okay, so that worked. You know what? Let me pin this out here so I don't have to keep doing that. And then let's check out the marble holes. Reset, preview them. They all look to be the same uniform deep and everything else. Okay, so I saved all these tool paths under the Shapeoko inch post processor. So I'm going to do two things, and we'll see if this fixes it. First, I'm going to save them under the Gerbil inch post processor, and I'm going to save them separately. So I'll run 3 separate tool paths. So let's do that right now. So first of all, we're going to save. We're going to uncheck that because we don't want all of them saved to the same tool path. I for some reason I think that functionality ends up screwing you up every now and then. It's happened to me in the past, and that's the only thing I can think of. So, all right, we're going to change this to Gerbil, G-R-B-L, Gerbil inch. Okay, save toolpath, and I'm going to name this new because I want to make sure that we can differentiate them. And then we'll save this one. I'm just going to add the word new, center pocket hole. I'm going to leave that D there just to remind me that I'm an idiot sometimes. And then the marble holes, we'll save that one. Oh, we already did that. What was it? That one? Center pocket. Cinder, new. Okay. Center pocket 25 new. Save. Okay. So that should do it. And let me just make sure I got those 3 in there. Center pocket 25 new, cinder pocket hole 25 new, and marble holes 25 new. All right, well, we're gonna get back out there and we'll try it again, see if we fixed our issues. Okay, so the machine has the same exact 0 that it did before. I just rehomed the bit, and I'm gonna go turn on the shop vac, and we're gonna run this first tool path to see if we get our holes drilled the way we're supposed to. Okay, so unfortunately we've run into the same exact problem, so I'm gonna have to yeah, I don't know. I'm going to have to get in there and do some more troubleshooting. I don't really know what's going on. This is one of those things that it just boggles my mind. You know, we saw the tool path. It was good. The simulation showed that everything was, you know, right on point. I don't think my board is warped. I don't think it's, yeah, I don't know what the problem is. So I'm going to have to get in there, and when I figure it out, we'll come back and we'll get to it again. Okay, so as you can see, all the holes are in there like they're supposed to be now. The outline, everything's there, minus the center pocket. We haven't run that yet. I did manage to get the holes toolpath working properly, and I do believe I figured out what the problem was. You may not believe me when I tell you this, but let me show you what the problem was. This right here. That's the problem. Yeah, because if I wasn't filming that, it would have worked just fine. But I was filming it, so it wanted to act up. That's the only thing I can think of. Because all I did was go back in, delete all the tool paths, I redid them, saved them again, and it worked just fine. I didn't change any settings anywhere. So your guess is as good as mine. Must be the ghost in the machine. So let's cross our fingers, run this last one, which is that little pocket in the center, and see if it works. If it does, we'll be done on the machine, and we'll be able to get on to sanding and finishing and all that stuff. So let's see if this works. Oh, by the way, a couple people asked about seeing the dust collection in action. Well, as you can see, there is pretty much zero. Wait, there's a speck right there, maybe one there. Other than that, you know, it's pretty good. I have no complaints. The Suck It Dust Boot, excellent. I highly recommend it. Okay, so here's our finished product, minus a lot of cleanup. One thing you have to understand is if you have a where you store your wood, if it's any moisture in the air, you're going to end up getting a lot of frills. You're also going to get those using an upcut bit sometimes. And with plywood, you just end up getting them anyway. You know, I don't know if you can see, but there's some really dark colored areas and it's not burnt. This, for some reason, this batch of plywood that I bought, it's got some weird stuff underneath and it's got some dark colors, but this will all be sanded and painted when it's done. So everything that's carved will have paint in it. You shouldn't notice that. Hopefully you won't notice that. So anyway, all I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a couple different sanders and some, you know, tiny pieces of sandpaper and whatnot, and I'm going to get to sanding on this thing. I'm not going to bore you with all the details, but everything in the end turned out pretty good, and we'll get it cleaned up and get on to the next step. All right, so here's our finished product. It's sanded and cleaned up quite a bit. Like I said, there's some discoloration and whatnot, and this looks kind of plain right now, but after we color it and fill it with all the different stuff we want to and finish it up, it's going to look pretty nice. We're not going to get that today. I'm out of time. So what we'll do on the next video is I'm not going to show myself painting it, because all I'm going to be doing is taking a little brush and painting in all the different colors where I want them. That's pretty tedious and takes a long time. So I'm not going to bother filming that. On the next video, what I'm going to do is show how I'm going to make the frame. I'm going to show you guys one of my favorite tools of all time that I've ever owned, used, or anything that has to do with woodworking. It's an amazing tool. Some of y'all probably seen it before, but I can't get enough of it. So anyway, stay tuned for the next video and we'll get this guy finished up. But that's going to be it for today. Thanks for watching.